everyone, my name is Baer and this is The Cave, a new game released today, January 23rd on virtually everything. I'm here playing it on the Steam release, which was a little bit delayed today, but it comes out on the Xbox Live Arcade as well as the PlayStation Network and Nintendo eShop. Everywhere this game has just been released. It's the new one by Double Fine Productions, the brilliant minds of Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert. Many of you probably recognize the name from the big Kickstarter event that they did recently, which we should clarify, by the way, that this is not the game that they were kickstarting. But they got a lot of press that way, a lot of people discovered them, and they are the minds behind such classics as the Monkey Island games, the point-and-click adventure games that you know and love, as well as Psychonauts, all kinds of other stuff that I can't remember when I need to talk about it, but needless to say, they know their stuff, and they know point-and-click adventure games particularly well, which is what we're getting in here today with The Cave. Now, I should clarify that this is a completely blind run for me outside of the very first puzzles, which we'll see actually are the same puzzles that were shown in kind of press events and to demonstrate the kind of gameplay mechanics that you can expect from The Cave. So that'll be the extent of my knowledge of what goes on. Outside of that, I have no idea what we're expecting. So I've got the subtitles on here, I've got the music and sound effects, and speaking of the sound effects and the music, I will be allowing you to absorb the greatness and the wondrous writing and voice acting that is a significant part, as far as I can tell, of this series. Or not this series, sorry, The Cave itself. So, without further ado, we'll start into a new game, and I will let The Cave dictate for the duration of this introduction. And yes, I would like to destroy my existing save progress. Thank you.
Welcome. Don't let my sultry and mysterious voice startle you. For hundreds, nay thousands, nay tens of thousands of years, people have come to me in search of what they desire most. Few find what they are looking for. Even fewer ever leave. Welcome to The Cave. That's me. The Cave. Yes, I'm a talking cave. Don't laugh. It makes dating hell. Besides, I have a really interesting story to tell you this evening, so pay attention. It's a story of 7 people and a glimpse into a dark place in each of their hearts. But be careful before you judge. There is a dark place in your heart as well. Someday you will find yourself descending my depths in search of what you desire. And you might not like what you find either. But enough about you. This is about them.
Alright, so we find ourselves here now at the character select screen. The unique part of The Cave is the fact that you can only take 3 characters in with you for any given playthrough. It kind of reflects back on one of Schafer's older games. Forget the name of it, it's Maniac something or other, but it similarly had a cast of 7 characters, all with their very unique and stereotypical personality traits. As you can see, the classic hillbilly, we got the scientist, the adventurer, and we'll hear all of their biographical descriptions in a moment. But yes, that's the part of The Cave that is kind of demands multiple playthroughs if you really want to experience all that it has to offer. So without further ado, let's hear about our characters.
The knight. He is on a quest for a sword of unequaled power and prestige. But will he find it before anyone else gets hurt?
And then we have the hillbilly.
The hillbilly. On this fine night, he searches for his true love. But does desire burn too brightly in his heart?
Most likely the time traveler?
Ah, the time traveler. She is here to right a wrong 1,000,000 years in the making. Fortunately for her, yesterday is a new day.
So clever. And the scientist?
The scientist. She is on the cusp of a great discovery for all of humankind, and 100 million lives hang in the balance.
No pressure there. The adventurer.
Oh, the adventurer. She is hot on the trail of her lost companions and unequaled ancient treasure. But not necessarily in that order.
By far the creepiest of the group, the twins.
The twins. They just want to go outside and play. What could be more innocent than that?
And then last but not least, the monk.
Ah, the monk. He seeks his master so he can become the master. It's a journey filled with peace and enlightenment. And murder. I'm sorry.
Yes. I don't believe that for a second. But anyway, here we go. So, I've not even yet made my decision as to who I really want to bring down in here. I know the twins are just really appealing to me, but we're going to go ahead and move along with the monk here, too. I'm going to grab this crowbar, first of all, which is the very first thing that I discovered upon my entrance to the cave. And, well, you know, let's go with the monk. He sounds like a fun fella. And speaking of the monk, he has a very unique ability. And that's something I should probably be pointing out as well. The fact that along with their unique personalities and the levels that are designed specifically for these individuals, they all have these abilities that they can all use in certain elements of the game. So for example, the monk has a telekinesis power that he can use to manipulate objects from afar. I believe actually if we were to put this down, we should be able to manipulate it from a distance here if we can. Maybe not. Oh wait, there we go. Yep, there we are. Got it. Alright, so that's what the monk's ability is all about. The knight has invincibility, so you can trigger that using the Q button. You can have invincibleness if you only stand still. The hillbilly, I believe, can hold his breath for an extended period of time, which is unique for a person of his stature. The time traveler has a phase through mechanic, so for example, I believe she should be able to just shoot right through there, or not, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about, clearly. And then the scientist has this cool hacking gizmo thing that she does. The adventurer has a little lasso whip that she can use to maneuver around certain areas of the cave. And then finally, the twins have this ghost ability, which seems kind of silly, but it is actually quite useful in certain circumstances as far as I know. So that's the extent of what these guys have to offer. Let's go ahead and grab the crowbar here with the twins and pull apart the shoddy barricade, keeping us from entering the majestic greatness of the cave itself. And away we go. So, this actually here is not the real cave. This is the dissension into the cave, which they are clearly trying to keep us out of. But we don't do well listening to things, do we? Now, we're going to grab this here. And again, this is the part that I already understand. I am guaranteeing that quite a bit of this game is going to be spent on me spending ages trying to figure out what on earth I need to do. So we're going to get up here and we're going to have Mr. Narrator tell us a bit about this dangling bridge we're going to become a part of recently.
You break it, you buy it. Just saying. I don't think that bridge has been safety tested with more than 2 people.
So clearly the goal here is to pile on our trio that we choose to descend with onto that rickety bridge, and that will take us down into the depths of the cave, or another part that is not really the cave, but we're getting closer as we go on. So apparently I've decided to add the monk into our ranks, and why not take the time traveler as well, because she's got those super sweet moon boots. This nice little trail of awesome that she's got flowing around her. I'm sorry for interrupting the narrator there too. I know his voice is much more sultry and delicious than mine. I love the little noise she makes as she goes around too. And we're gonna die. Oh yes! Madness, chaos, tyranny, and down we go. Okay, so now we have made our choice. We are going with the time traveler, the monk, and the twins for our journey, our descent into the cave. Now this is locked right now, which means we need to get over into this area. We are going to find ourselves in the cave souvenir shop. And Mr. Gift Shop Clerk is upset. Let's see what he has to say.
I hope you're not here to visit the cave, because we're closed. A gruesome and horrific accident has occurred, and there's no way we can open. No way. I shudder to even describe to you what has transpired. For the nightmares will forever haunt your every thought.
Well, if you insist.
When I came in, we had no trinkets to sell in the gift shop.
Oh, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. The terror that he must go through. Oh, whatever shall we do for Mr. Gift Shop Clerk?
Oh, the humanity. I'll never be the same.
Some things you can't unsee.
So he claims that the cave is now closed because he does not have items to sell. So we'll trigger this.
No. There is a way I could reopen. allowing you fine adventurers to partake in the unique experience that only the cave has to offer. I just need 3 small trinkets to sell. Just 3. Let me say that number again. 3. Take this giant novelty-sized key. It's cute, isn't it? Open the employee's back entrance. I'm sure you'll find some treasures worthy of the cave's gift shop.
Fantastic. So, the humor in this game is quite self-aware, which is probably my favorite kind of video game humor, the kind that makes fun of itself. So we take this giant novelty-sized key and open up the employees-only door, and now we head down into
He is a funny little man,
our
isn't
first
he?
puzzle.
I should probably fire him. I think he's dipping into the till.
I would not doubt it for a second, Mr. Cave. So, we're going to head on down here, and our buddies have joined us along for the ride. Thankfully, we don't have to bring them all with us in every little journey that we take. And now we move into our first puzzle, which again is one that I've already kind of solved for myself. So what we need to do here, first of all, is hold down a couple of levers that are going to allow us to proceed on the left side. So we're going to get this guy down here, take that one up, and we're going to take the twins with the crowbar, jump all the way down, and then jump across to open up the last of these levers, which will then in turn lock the door here. So now we've got this door opened for when we need to go in that direction, but first of all, I believe I need to take the crowbar to the broken old well, or maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, I think we need to go in this direction first, actually. So, I'm going to head over yonder and find out what's in store for us. Now, these first puzzles will likely not be nearly as... Oh, we got a beast of burden over there. When we ring this bell, he clearly is not satisfied with our decision to do so. So we're going to head up here and we're going to see what's going on. Oh, that's right. So we need to get up into this area with the crowbar. And when we see these lights, these glyphs painted upon the walls, I believe if we just press E, yes, so we can activate them with any character. I thought you had to have the specific character for what the symbol was showing you. But behold the future! This is the time traveler's story, and these cave paintings are unlocked when you find those glyphs, and they kind of, I guess, tell the story of what's going on with these characters. So as far as we can tell right now, we just have her prologue, basically. There's quite a few left to gather, but we have started the story of the time traveler, and we will be looking for the others as we move along. So here's the point at which we grab the rusty crank, and then we can grab the twins, or get the twins to grab the crank, and bring it all the way back over to the broken old well, which we will use it upon. A very classic point-and-click adventure-style game, minus the inventory system to where you just need to grab things one item at a time and use them for their intended purpose. So now that we've got this bucket, we're going to bring it all the way back up to this area, and it will make sense, I promise. Oh, sorry about that frame rate drop. I've heard that that's a common issue, so hopefully we don't experience it too badly in our playthrough here of the cave. But we're going to head up here to what we see now is a fuse box that is being electrified by a drip of water coming from the ceiling. So in order to fix this, we're going to have to put this bucket right up on there, and that will solve our problem with the fuse box. So now we'll be able to grab this thing out of there. Normally that operates this lever, which just drops this claw all the way down to where the beast of burden is down there. But it doesn't really help us in that particular use. So we're going to bring it all the way back down to the area where the monk is currently sitting, and that is a good example of how there's no dying in the cave.
At least not this soon.
Yes, I completely
So much
forgot.
left for them to learn.
Forgot that pit of spikes existed. So yes, we're learning very quickly what our position here is in the world. So now we got this powered up. We got some new grog and a hot dog machine to take into account. And this grog, I don't think actually does anything useful for us. The male twin is just going to go ahead and consume that rapidly. But the hot dog machine is really what we need to focus on. So we're going to get ourselves a big old tender sausage right there. And we're going to bring that right on back up if we can avoid all these horrible frame rate drops. We're going to go all the way over, and we're going to use this hot dog to solve this puzzle. So the first thing we're going to do is put the hot dog on the pit of spikes. Now, normally, You would think he would just come over here and kind of jump on there and kill himself, but such is not the case. We need to actually bring our remaining characters over here. Ooh, she nearly made that. Or missed it. That would be the bad one. So we're going to bring her over to the very top of this obstacle. And we're going to use her as soon as we are able to ring the bell with the twins. Actually, first of all, we need to grab that fuse back, because without it, we won't be able to do this. So luckily, the monkey's down here in position to grab it. I'm going to come all the way back up. Unfortunately, a lot of this is just going to be some walking for this first puzzle, and hopefully not too many subsequent puzzles will have that same lack of action. But such is the case with these point-and-click adventure titles. Just going to get through a lot of walking and wandering. So here we go. We got the cave, or the monk, I should say, filling in the fuse box to operate the lever. So now we will switch back down to our twins by pressing the number 1 button. We will ring this bell, at which point we switch back to the time traveler, who operates the lever and then grabs Mr. Cave Monster and allows us to proceed onward with our quest. So let's go on and continue down. Probably want to grab the crowbar, actually. I don't know if we're going to need that in the very near future, but we might as well take it just in case. Going back down here, hopping over the spiky pit of death, and then we move right along past the very first obstacle of the cave. We got ourselves some more art, too, so that's wonderful. A single step for the monk's journey. You know what? We actually forgot one back there, so let me go grab that real quick, and then we'll jump back to this point in the story. Alright, so now that we've got all the concept art that we wanted to collect from the previous area, we can now jump down into the water pits below with our twins and our characters likely to follow suit in the very near future. Unless we have to bring them down ourselves, we'll figure that out in due time, I'm sure. Hopping on up into this area, and we see the next part, which is all completely new to me from this point on. So clearly, one would think that we need to get past this giant rock obstruction here. So we need to find a tool that will allow us to do that. And thinking logically is going to be, hopefully... Oh, hey, a box of dynamite. That's convenient enough. Let's use that, I guess. So we have to light the dynamite with something, obviously, which that flame will likely do the trick just fine if we can go like that. There we go. And then hopefully we can put this down. Oh, put it down, put it down, put it down, and run away! Oh my goodness. Okay, so dying, I guess, doesn't really matter because we're going to respawn there anyway. But we got through it. So here we go, and there's our buddies. Thankfully they decided to join us. Alright, so this looks like the Thespian Ship Award. That's handy. Alright, so this is probably our first trinket that we need for the shopkeeper to open up the cave for us. So, now that they're holding on to that, we probably want to use a different character in order to get through to where we need to be. So let's see, if we go this way... Okay, so, alright, so if we stand on this, that will hold the door open. So I suppose we need to use a third character in order to continue onward. This actually looks like a console that could be used by the scientist. So I imagine that would be helpful if we were able to do that. But right now, all we need to do is just hold down one of these buttons and keep the door open that way. So I believe this is our second one, which is the Jeweled Skull. Terrific. Alright, so now we've got 2 out of the 3 trinkets we need. So what is over here? This is an elevator call button. So where does this go, I wonder? Maybe, oh, you know what? I bet that takes us up to where we need to go. So I'm going to leave the monk here and bring the twins over there as well. In fact, I think, oh yeah, there's a whole nother path down this way, so I need to leave the twins on here so that the time traveler can go through the door and back down to this area where we need to be. So, here we go. Very last position. No, we need to swim down. Okay. Very nice. The art is terrific so far. I'm really digging the style of this whole game. Alright, so, ooh, a guitar. A cursed guitar. Oh, man. Bam-bam-bam-bam! Yeah! Nice. Rockin' chick time traveler, baby. That's terrific. Is she, like, doing circles in the water? She's, like, showing off her abilities to swim. She is narcissistic, but I would be, too, if I looked that sweet. Alright, up we go. Oh, can't make that jump, apparently. And shabank. There we are. Up we go. Okay, nice. Now, that is all 3 trinkets. So let's, oh wait, that's the area we got the trinket from. So let's hop on the elevator and grab the twins here as well. Come on over, little guys. And I believe we just hit the button and jump real fast. Oh, it was waiting for us anyway. Okay, that works out. Oh, okay, so here we are. We're back in the vending machine, so that's good. Now, gonna hop back up. We're gonna have to bring everybody back up in that slow, meandering pace that we should probably grow rapidly accustomed to, but that's all right. All right, back up the rope. We're very close to getting back up there and getting into the cave proper. So we're gonna hop the gap, and inside we go again. Back to where we began. All right, number 1 trinket is here for you, Mr. Shopkeep. Let me know if this will be suitable for you.
Well,
oh, hey, our
that's
friends are
one
back.
Trinket, a far cry from 3 trinkets.
Okay, so clearly he's not satisfied with just seeing them. We need to hand them to him.
Trinket numero 2. Maybe I didn't pay attention during math class, but 2 is less than 3.
Yes, it is indeed. Last but not least, the cursed guitar, Mr. Gift Shop Clerk.
The 3rd glorious trinket. I have to say, you have surprised me. I figured you'd give up after 1.
Terrific. Okay, let's go. No, buddy.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. All right, and we're finally getting into the cave, and let's, oh, hey, we can read this. By entering this cave, you hereby agree to hold harmless the Cave Incorporated, its parent company, Amalgamated Aluminum's Holdings, and any subsidiaries of the cave, whether real or fictitious, and any and all injuries, physical, emotional, or spiritual, during the duration of your visit to the cave, and for a minimum of 1 year to a maximum of 5 years upon exiting the cave. The cave is also not responsible for any damage or loss or theft of to or personal items and clothing. You also agree in full to reimburse the cave for any damage you might or might not have caused during your visit. Enjoy your spelunking! Oh man, we're familiar with spelunking. Yes, we are. Oh, whoops. That's not what I needed to do. There we go. Oh, hey, come on. All right. Nice. So, we are legally bound now in our journey down to the cave, and
well,
thus begins our descent.
that was a close one. It does
Yes.
bode well for our intrepid spelunkers that they navigated that maze of intrigue. I have high hopes for this group, much better than the last. I think they may still be down here. I should probably get them out. Nothing scares away the tourist like a rotting corpse.
All right, so we've made it through the introductory phase of the cave here, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be starting my journey proper into the rest of the depths below with the time traveler, the monk, and the twins, the 3 amigos of completely different heritage and background. So I hope you'll join me here in our playthrough of the cave. Again, this is completely blind, so it will likely be heavily edited as I desperately try to solve these puzzles. But I hope you'll join me in that case, and I hope the frame rates will not dip as horrifically as they have been. We'll work on figuring that out. But thanks so much for watching. Subscribe here for new episodes of this. My name is Baer, and I will see you here next time.